hello, welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, so we're going to look at the day the king dies, okay? And I want to see about Harry, where he is, what he's doing, how he feels, all that. So let's get right into it then. So, the day the king dies, is Harry with him? Oh dear. See him being real angry. I don't know, you know. I kind of feel like they're trying to get in contact with him. Is Harry in the UK? Tell me about this. Is this that Harry's asleep or drugged up or somewhere and not answering his phone because he doesn't feel he have to, or because people haven't got his number? Does that stop him from being with his dad on his dying day? I'm getting despair and helpless. I'm talking about is he there? I think people are ringing him and contacting him. So is it that people are trying to get in touch with him and he can't be located? So I got two there. Yeah, I got recklessness here and impairment. So it's as if they can't get to him. So I got plans there. Why plans? I don't know, but I feel like I feel the same as the Queen. Will Harry get to see his dad before he passes on his deathbed? No. I think things are really bad. There's a situation here. Look at that. I mean, I know it's the king's death and everything, but I feel it's what Harry's already got on his plate before his dad. How does Harry find out that his dad is passed away then? He's not answering his calls. It's kind of one of them. I know he's poorly. You know, I know he's got cancer. I know, but he'll think his dad's gonna live another day. There's always another day. Don't believe it. They didn't believe Philip was dying. Didn't believe their Queen. What will stop Harry from being with his dad on the day that he dies? What will stop him? Not seeing something, not seeing something. What will stop him? Judgment reverse. What will stop him? Somebody Trying to put things right. He's misjudged it. Does Harry believe, up to the point Charles dies, that, you know, they have a chance to get things right? It's just not happening. Still trying to find your way. Not happy. Well, Harry may be making stupid demands then. No, how will there's well, you see there's 3 options here, so past. Does Harry find out about his father's death? After? It's like people are trying to get in touch with him. Now that can be, of course you're going to know when your dad's died. Okay, so you're going to hear it from somewhere. So that's not quite what I was looking for. Is Harry in contact with his father? Have they kissed and made up before the day Charles dies? No. I kind of feel like, you know, they won't be saying, oh, your dad's dying, or you must come, or he's ill. I don't feel that. They won't be saying it on the phone because you can't say a bloody word to Meghan or Harry. So they would be very careful. And Harry's judgment is, well, we've got more time, and, you know, doesn't realise what's going on. And how would he? All he does is stress that family and cause them problems. All right then, let's see about King Charles. On the day Charles dies, which obviously he doesn't know. He might be feeling unwell, but he's been feeling unwell for months, if not a couple of years. So will Charles and Harry have reconciled before Charles dies? Well, I'm getting a happiness. Kind of feel like is the Sun universe, yes or no, that Charles has planned in some way to see his son? Yes, he thought things was going to get better, so I kind of feel like Harry's expected to bring the children, and not because he's dying. You don't wake up in the morning, do you, and think, oh yeah, I'm going to go today. Even when you're severely ill like that, you think, oh, another day, another day. And as we all know, guys, don't we, that day never arrives. How will Harry feel when he's told his dad's real poorly and it's, what is it, Summit and Go, Quick or Go, Come and Go, is it? Anyway, how will Harry feel when he's told that his dad is close to passing? I don't think it happens. I just don't think it happens. you know. I don't think Harry, I don't think they have the contacts. If this isn't done out of spite, you know. And given the fact that everybody's saying, oh, William will take revenge, William will take revenge, it won't be revenge. There'll be structure, it'll be what the plans were all along, or, you know, more monarchy related, if there is a monarchy by the time that comes. Okay, so if he don't know he's dying, and he don't get to see Charles, how will he feel when he's so defiant? Will Harry think people trying to leave messages about his dad? Will he think, so will he avoid him, you know, thinking it's something else? Yeah, well, at the time it's just not good enough, you know. At the time he's probably in bed with a hangover. At the time he could be, you know, doing the marijuana with his pals and think, I can't be asked. Or was it that he never actually gave him the right number? So do the royal family have, and on that day they try to contact him, will they have the right number for him? No. He's definitely, you know, not returning calls, nothing. Just before the king dies, how will he feel about Harry? Because this is what he wanted. He wanted to get things better. How will he feel about Harry not being there? So we see Meghan as the Queen of Swords reversed. He sees her as the upright, that she's sharp, clever, funny. And so he would think all that, you know, all his businesses, all his attention, you know, he would say that. Is he thinking about how Meghan is with Harry? I would say so. But I would say this is trying to stop Meghan. Like if it weren't for Meghan, he would have his number, you know, he'd be able to contact, they'd have been in touch. How does Charles feel about Harry on the day that he passes? Another one. That he was a pain in the ass and he's done awful things, but at the end of the day it was his son. Right up until his dying breath he's wanting to know if Harry knows. Okay, right, so the day the king passed, how will Harry feel when he finds out his dad passed away? That his hard work will pay off. I think this is more fake royals, tours. Is this a fake royal tour? Oh, absolutely. Trying to make himself look royal. Is this idiot trying to make him look royal? No. This is about Harry using this. Oh, that was it, wasn't it? That Harry and Meghan will make a meal out of this. So, oh, will Harry and Meghan try to profit from the King's death by selling their I wasn't there stories? Oh, they're going to say, you know, that they was very unhappy and that they wasn't wanted. That they wanted to do this, they wanted to do that. Maybe talk over the phone, maybe FaceTime. You cannot trust these. Yeah, well, we're not having any of it. How will the public feel about Harry when his dad's died? Well, that Harry's lying, okay? That Harry's lying. So it's the truth of the matter that they couldn't get in touch with Harry. Yes. And is Harry going to say different? He's going to say they didn't try. Camilla, having a go at Camilla. Camilla didn't want him there. Camilla didn't ring. Camilla didn't do this. So we'll feel, you know, that they're lying. And it's their own fault they want included. And this is the day, by the way. Okay, not the funeral. We'll work on the funeral in a different reading. But yeah. And that they're exaggerating as well. Okay. How will the mainstream media feel about Harry the day the king has passed? Oh, look at that, Meghan, and already out in the stories and all this and all that. You will not be going to that funeral, Meghan. How did Harry come to despise his father so much? Quite simple, you know. He went with Meghan to Canada, America. And by being away and out of the country, he didn't feel he had to be accountable for his actions. If he'd have been in London and tried all this shit with Meghan, it wouldn't have succeeded. Oh, my dad, he treated me badly, he didn't want to know. He had something to do with my mother's, you know. Listen, if he's calling out Camilla for the affair, okay, so whatever he says about Camilla, that applies to his dad as well, because they was both in it together. So the reason he's been able to stay angry and bitter and distant is because he just goes back to his mother with his select memory. He wasn't a good father, you know, and all this bullshit. At least you had one. Because he's separated himself, you know. So he's in America. Like I say, he doesn't have to take anything on board in the UK either. He doesn't see the UK as his home. just like his family. He wanted rid of us, you know, just like his aunties, when they say something, or the Queen said something he didn't like, wanting to shut her up. That's how he is with us as well. Don't like us, wants to shut us up. How will Meghan feel on the day that King Charles has passed? Even though I feel I can't get in touch with him, I just feel like Meghan will be thinking, oh, it's the king taking his revenge. I'm not allowed to go. I'm not allowed to go. It's all because of her. The king was so incensed and obsessed with Meghan that, you know, he would still take revenge after his dad, after his death. She'll be well pissed off. She'll be well pissed off. I'm loving that, aren't you? Yeah, you won't be jumping for joy, love. What else will Meghan feel? No, how will she react? Oh yeah, a lot of fighting, all the arguments, you know, blaming everybody else but herself. So you're going to get a similar situation where a fair few people are involved, such as when it was the Queen's death and Harry and Meghan had to go on a walkabout with Catherine and William. It's going to cause a load of arguments. How will she feel about attempts made to contact Harry, but he didn't respond or couldn't respond? How will she feel about that? Oh, she's going to make out, as you know, I think I said it in the earlier, she's going to make out it was one thing when it wasn't. She's going to make out that it wasn't for the apparent reason. So, you know, changing his phone or monitoring it and stuff as well. You won't be, you know, you'd be shocked at the level of deceit partners go to, you know, to keep them separated from the mates and family. How will she feel? Yeah, that she has to say that, come up with an excuse. How will, so his dad's gone. He's angry, so he's not affected. I've said this before plenty of times. When you're pissed off at somebody, it makes you not take on their feelings or understanding. You know, it gives you that firepower to cut them dead, or, you know, have nothing to do with them and things like that. So after all that, what's Harry thinking about? Medication. Self-pity. Not able to control his emotions. Insecure. Oh, well, the insecure is a problem for William. But we'll look at that further down the line in a separate reading. I'm going to do Harry and Meghan. He'll need a stiff drink. I think he'll get hammered. Will Prince Harry, you know, turn to drugs and drink? Yes or no? Yes. Oh dear. Beginning of madness. Okay, the day the King Charles passes, how will he feel about William? Don't trust, you know, all these plans and paranoia, basically, paranoia. He's going to be well pissed off. He'll be convinced the will's been altered or changed at last minute as well. How will Harry feel about Charles's will? Because no doubt he will think that exactly 2 seconds after he's heard his dad's dad. How will he feel? Oh, well, it's not as good as you think, is it, Harry? Not as good as you think. Paranoid. Refusal to acknowledge what is in front of you. Refusal to see what his problems were. Oh my God. This happened to a friend of mine. Right. Has Harry been spending money thinking he's going to get looked after by his dad? Ha 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 ha, look at that. He's not getting as much as he thinks he is. Okay. What will be the outcome for Harry? What, you know, because that's what I thought. He's been spending the money, you know, racking up stuff. How you can go through 60 million with them two is pretty easy because, well, she's got money going ciphering off everywhere. As if you'd buy £10 million worth of freaking jam spread. Really? I mean, she must have been having a fucking bipolar moment. Excuse my French, I do apologise. Will only happen once in the reading, but yeah, bit manic. How will he feel when he is made aware of the contents of the will? He'll feel happy because they've been catered for. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Does Harry think, you know, does Harry ever dream of being the Duchy of Cornwall? Does he think he should have been in it? It really sends him over the edge, that, you know, William. Honestly, it serves him. He wouldn't be able to keep his hands off it. He'd be sneaky. And he'd get exposed as well. It's just like Ollie is with all his projects. The guy's just not above board, is he? So we know the children are catered for. But will Harry? Oh, loads of things, because you bet your bottom dollar if them kids are getting any money, and whether there was birthday or not, okay, this isn't about line of succession, it's about how Charles sees his grandchildren, and I'm sure he knew by now their real case, okay, but that's how he sees them, whether you like it or not, so he sees them as his grandchildren, and you know what, if I was in the same situation, I'd feel the same. Not about how I despise the mother, or how I disagree with their father and the actions, but those 2 grandchildren would be mine. So this is going to be a problem, because I do believe Charles has put it in like a, you know, trust for him, and it cannot be accessed until certain milestones in their life. Well, at 21, you're going to know you've got, you know, 20 million in the bank or 10 million in the bank, and you're not going to want your mother's hands all over it, are you? So that's good. It's sensible. So now I have to ask, how will Meghan react when she finds out that the kids have got money, but they can't have it until certain ages? Or will she go off? Oh, look at that! Catastrophe! Shock. She'll be shocked. Yeah, she'll be shocked, all right. You want spousal or child maintaining? See your husband. So what exactly makes her feel so shocked and rocked? Because she's been left out in the cold, okay? And she wouldn't give Harry as much neither. So, yeah, that she can't do anything. And you won't be getting no snippets of jewellery or out like that, neither. Ah, she's going to be gutted. What kind of problems will that cause, Meghan? They're in debt up to their eyeballs, and she needs to get out of a damaging situation. So that could be the loss of property as well. So does so if she's out and they're together, and she's getting nothing, then that means Harry is as well. So does the same thing that happens to Meghan happen to Harry? Oh, they won't be together then, are they? Is it that they're not together? No, I'm getting not committed, not committed. Not while they're married. I know Harry is still with Meghan when they divorce. Sorry, when the king passes. Okay, not committed, right. How will Harry feel about what's been left to him in his will? How will he feel? Oh, see? So there's a problem with whatever's detailed in the will. I think him and... So does Charles cut Harry and Meghan out the will? I suppose you could make a stipulation. But why would you want to give tons of money to a drug addict? And someone I can only describe as evil for the things that she's done. I told you before, well, I told you 3 years ago, don't let them have any more money. It makes them dangerous, and it does. Now I've got disputes and disputes. So I just want to go back to why Harry doesn't get there. Because that devil card, and then I realised something I'd said in a couple of videos back. that Charles dies during a pandemic. Is it a pandemic? Nobody's talking to him there. I can't see any conversations at all. Can't see anybody. So is Harry stuck because of a pandemic? No? Okay. Is this because he's travelling abroad? No. Is it because they can't get hold of him? No. So if it's not pandemic, is it him, the cold-hearted git? Unreliable? No, I definitely feel it's like it's somewhere that he can't be contacted. Or for some reason, you know, is it that Harry's phone number's been changed? I think we got that, but I'll just reassure us. Huh? Of course somebody would ring him. Well, we had all that before her death. Is it Charles? Is it Charles's wish for Harry not to be informed until after? We had the Emperor reversed. So is so that's money from ill-gotten gains. You have to have a reading of the will. Will Harry come to a reading of the will? Oh yeah, you can bet your bottom dollar he'll be here for the money. Does Harry have any empathy for his father? Well, I think he's demonstrated that already. No, kids himself, you know. One day we'll be alright. He's too busy showing what he could be like as a royal. And I know that's his intention. It's not how it manifests or comes across as. But he's so busy trying to show him. Then he's trying to be with him. It's crazy. It's warped way of thinking. What's the future for Harry after his dad's passed away? Yeah, he ain't going to look good at all. It's going to be a right bad impression. Yeah, he won't look good. But that's not because of losses at universe. It's because of money. He owes money to a load of people. So when King Charles passes, does Harry owe loads of money to different people? Yes. He's got commitments. He's got commitments. Thought his dad had sorted it out. Does Harry worry about money now? Well, with all the travelling and everything and Meghan's shop. Oh, I tell you. I think I said that as well about 3 years ago, because I remember saying that he was going to buy some kind of shop and it was going to run into millions, and it wouldn't be successful. Since you know, he's getting work, it'll all come in, or news, good news will be on its way. How will he feel about money after the reading of the will? He'll only hear what he wants to hear. Okay, so he won't want to hear that the trophies, that he was a bad son and caused problems for his dad. No, no, no. He'll turn it the other way. He clearly doesn't understand. But actually, I think he does understand, and he is aware. If you can go, and I've said this before about somebody, if you can go, get up off your ass, go find a drug dealer or a drug place and get a score, then you can do everything else in life. You know, hand over your money, so you go to the bank, you get your cash, you probably count it, I don't know, and then, yeah, if you can do that, he's not so dumb after all. It's just when it suits him. Okay. How will Meghan feel about the reading of the will? Well, she won't be present. It won't be allowed. Yeah, it's like they get money, but she'll be trying to screw her kids. Will she try and screw her kids financially? She'll make false claims about it. I think she's going to make out that everything's okay. They won't publicly want to be humiliated. But then again, I think things like that do come out. Will Meghan feel humiliated after the king passes? She'll just be pissed off. Well, it is, isn't it? It's not how you look that's important on this circumstance. It's how you feel. Yeah, she'll be not happy. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. And Harry, I'm glad. Okay, so quickie. How will Harry feel about William the day his dad passes? I think that's one of the few times that Harry will have some a genuine connection. He's going to say, I want to be there for you, and all like that. How will he feel about William after? He wants to be helpful, you know, come across so he can say to the rest of the world that, you know, he offered to do this, he offered to do that. How will Harry feel about William after the reading? Well, that's when he learns his dad made changes in the past. And we all know that it's not going to be happy. How will Meghan feel about William on the day that the king passes? Again, look! Wait till they find out that will's been changed. Oh dear, yeah. That's what they want to know. And how will she feel about William after the reading of the will? Oh, well, she'll be working out how she can get her hands on things, or, you know, her hands on those finances. Rumours, creativity. Oh, she'll be searching away because she doesn't give up, does she? Her Archie's and Lily's finances. Future-proof from Meghan. Absolutely, because somebody who wrote it knew exactly what was being done. So there's no way she can get away or profit from this, which is why she's going to be so angry as well. So tell me, is it this thing they found out in the past? Is that about the rewriting of King Charles's will? What do you mean? Are you telling me discerned? He doesn't trust Harry. Well, yeah, I suppose if you can't talk to them on the phone because you don't know what they're going to say. Unable to walk away. Are there any stipulations and conditions for Harry with this will? Oh yes, wait till they find out what it is. I'll just keep getting, don't give them any more money, don't give them any more. Well, they've already had loads. You think King Charles would want to be paying £50 million for Harry and his disgraceful attitude in that mail case? Okay, what will be the secret? The secret is they have to keep a secret. Do they? What's the secret? I tell you, Harry and Meghan. Oh dear. Oh dear. Trouble, gossip, staying one step ahead in negotiations and staring as well. Well, yeah, because if you think about it, you'd have to put in, and if Harry dies, the money reverts back to so-and-so, or, you know, I kind of feel it's like those kind of things. How did Charles feel about handing over, you know, vast amounts of money to Meghan? That it would just buy more stress and pressure. That's what it would buy. So he's not doing that. He's being quite clever about it. So the King's legal advisors are being clever about it when it comes to Harry and Meghan. Oh, look at that. That is glorious. This is absolutely one of the nicest readings I've done, or most enjoyable readings for a while. Seeing these two get their comeuppance. And you know what? I ain't being funny. You may see tears on Harry and looks of grief, and that he's not coping so well. No, he's not coping with the fact that he ain't going to get all those millions he thought he was. And now, you know, how will Harry feel about having to tell Meghan that they're not getting what they thought, anywhere near what they thought? How does Harry feel about that? I don't think he tells her until the last minute. Well, we know how she's going to feel when she finds out as well. Why won't he tell her? Because he's a coward. He's a coward. So Meghan won't be here for any of... She won't be here for the will reading, I know that for sure. But we'll look on, you know, the day of their funeral and William and Catherine's side in the next reading. But for now, outcome for Charles. No money for Harry. Ill-gotten gains and everything. I kind of feel, you know, that any time now, is the king already helping Harry? Is he helping him financially? I think he is. Is this to do with the mail case? Told him to stop it, you know, give it up. I mean, it's the root of all evil, isn't it? How would Charles feel about giving millions to the mail? Not happy. He's a bit weak though, so he could be overcome. I don't know, I feel something wrong there. I know he's helped him in the past. But Harry's his own worst enemy. There's no way I'd be parting with my cash. But I suppose if you're the son and you've got a king, maybe they say you've had it. Well, they will say you've already had your money. I just think there's whatever it is, I tell you, he'll be looking, he won't be looking forward to Meghan finding out. What does Harry feel would happen when Meghan finds out they've hardly got anything? What does he feel would happen? Oh, look, she'll go mental. That's how Meghan, Queen of Swords reversed, lashing out, angry. I mean, totally having a meltdown in the house. So we're talking screaming, we're talking throwing things. I mean, I've felt her tempers before, but this is going to be off the wall. Okay, guys, well, we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye now. Bye-bye.